friends, welcome to another video of Andes Academy. So in this video, I want to tell you regarding the basic preparations before you go for OET exam or even OET training. So what is the importance of these basic preparations? So I think you have heard about the best result come from only the best strategies that we apply before doing something. So the best strategies will give the best results. So that's the importance of this basic preparation while you are taking an OET exam. First of all, the baseline preparations, you need to start with understanding the basic things related to OET. So the general information related to OET, like the exam fees, the exam pattern, obviously its modules, and also the exam centers nearby to you. So if the center is not nearby to you, then it would be extremely difficult for you to access. Even after you prepare well, then you need to travel, and it would be, so traveling a short distance won't be a problem for the best candidates, but still it is a type of worry actually. So for an example, 3 years back, I have got a candidate, and she's one of my friends, and she haven't got exam center nearby to her as she was working in Saudi Arabia. But after that, now it is available actually in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah and all. But this is a thing. So need to understand completely related to the exam is very, very essential before you start the exam. And the preparation time that you could invest on daily basis, on day-to-day basis, like if you have a preparation time of at least 2 hours, then you could go for the OET exam. Otherwise, if there is a problem with your work and with your time management or with your family, if you have a small kids and you couldn't prepare well for the exam, then it would be always a worry. When you start with the training, then you couldn't continue it like that. So always plan good and plan well, and know about your situation and how you could manage your time. So everything is possible if you could manage your time. So this is the first step. Like, you need to understand the basic informations related to all the basic informations related to OET, and also the exam fees. So unlike the IELTS exam, the OET exam fees is double to the IELTS exam. So IELTS exam, it is 14,800 Indian rupees, but on OET it would range from 34,000 to 36,000. Sometimes it would be 36 and sometimes it would be 37 as well, according to the fluctuation of the Australian dollars, like that. So you need to first, you need to understand about your situation and also the general things related to OET so that you could plan well. So this is the first thing. The second thing is assessing your language ability. So how to assess your language ability? This could be done only with the help of a language expert. So if you have a training centers nearby, so one of the some of the best training centers will have some language experts, and they could assess. They will give you a free assessment on your language capability, like whether you are an average user of English, you are a moderate user of English, or you are a good user of English, or you are an expert user of English. So this is the different categories. So for an expert user of English, the OET preparation time could be even less than 1 month. So within 1 month they could prepare, just because they just need to understand about the pattern of the OET exam, because they are already they are expert in the language. So just they need to practice to the level of OET, all the modules to the level of OET and to the pattern of the OET. So it is extremely very, very easy for the expert user. But for an average user, it would take time to improvise their language ability. So this matters actually. So you need to first understand your level or your capability in the English language. This is the second step. And on the third step, you need to check on all the available resources which is present in the media. So it could be Instagram, it could be Telegram, and it could be Facebook, and also it could be YouTube. So YouTube is the best one, the media that you could learn from that actually. There are so many videos. And you need to start from the listening aspect of OET. This is the must method that you could start with the OET preparation. So not only listening the OET practices with the answers, but also you need to check on the BBC documentary, especially the health documentaries and the health discussions with different experts on different platforms actually, like ABC News, and there would be BBC health discussions and all. So by listening to that, actually you could understand their accents. Actually, there are different types of accents, like Australian accent, Canadian, American, and the British accent. So the most common would be in OET, it would be like British and Australian, sometimes American as well. So you need to check on these different types of accents. You need to understand the level of accents, and because some of the accents we couldn't be able to pick up on listening. So you need to just gradually you need to develop the listening skills first. So first of all, you listen to different types of accents, and then you could check the pronunciation. Then you could adhere with your fluency, and like that you could improve your language capability, especially the listening skills. Then the next thing is, so on the baseline information, you need to always you need to check for which country you prefer, and the clubbing scores and also the scores which is related to that particular country. Like in the UK, if you are taking, so you need to get a score. If it is not a clubbing score, it should be like for listening, reading, and speaking, it should be B, and for writing, it should be C plus, like that. So on different countries, there are different scores and different clubbing scores. This also you need to understand on the baseline information of OET. Okay. So after you check with your capabilities, and when you progress with the listening level, then you need to start a reading habit actually. So what you need to read in OET? So there are OET reading practice questions and answers that you could practice, but on meantime, what you need to improve much more on your reading skills, what you could do, it is just like you need to follow some health magazines, and there are so many fiction books on books related to the health as well, the silent patient, the coma, like that. These are some of the books that I could tell as an example. So you need to follow these health magazines, and you at least you need to read one book which is a fiction book and which is related to health, and this could improve your reading as well. And there are much more things that you need to do in reading, like if you are working in your setting, if you are working as a nurse, then you could check on all the documents. So most of the nurses notes are being written in the medium of English on any countries, so most of the countries. So you could check on that, and if there is any corrections required, you could correct yourself on your nursing notes, and you could read different patient case sheets, documents, and you will go through with the different types of diseases. You could read more on that particular diseases which are commonly asked in OET. This could improve your writing or the all-round modules that you could develop. And so coming to listening and reading, you need to do these all things. And after that, if you take speaking, so what you need to improve on your speaking, how to improve your speaking. So when you are working in your workplace, you need to create an environment of English. Like you need to always try to communicate with your colleagues in English. Try to take handover in English and try to give handover in English. So you need to create an environment in your workplace, and also the same with your family and friends. So try to always communicate in English. So you need to create an environment of English, just because this practice will give you much more results on your speaking actually. And if you communicate with your friends and family members in English, there could be some restraints or some restrictions that you need to face. Somebody would make fun of you, but doesn't matter. It is your method and it is your life. You could take that all things, that all opportunities without any hesitation. You need to only think about the success in your OET exam. And the last but not the least, it is being optimistic, being positive. There is nothing in the world that anybody couldn't achieve. So for a particular person, so somebody would tell like it is not possible with you. There is nothing like that in any of the exam or anything in this world. So if you are determined, then you need to go through with all the process. Even if you face some failures, you need to go through with the process positively. You could learn from the failures, and one day success will knock upon your door, and that's for sure. Thanks for watching, and all the best wishes to all of the candidates who are taking OIT exam. Thanks a lot.